Hey guys, it's your boy MKS here, back with another video. I always say that. I know I haven't updated for anyone who follows my channel. I've seen my previous videos. I haven't uploaded. You might have noticed for a while. So hopefully some people out there missed me. But for whatever reasons, I haven't been able to upload. Mainly because I haven't had the house free to myself, or sometimes I've been going through a few issues that I've been having to deal with. So as I say, for whatever reason. For some reason, I haven't managed to upload any videos, so I'm finally back. So hopefully, people out there will enjoy it. So I'm hoping to cover things like I was hoping to get back to YouTubing before, like maybe even a couple of days ago at least. But yeah, I'm hoping to get back to talking about things like how I dream to empower people across Asia and things like that. So sorry if you can't hear my voice very clearly. I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, so I hope I'm being clear enough. But anyway, I thought I'd talk about some of the groups I would like to support, or countries I would like to support, and groups I would like to support, or whatever, and some of the ways I would like to support them, possibly even some of the reasons why I would like to support them. So I hope you enjoy this video as ever, and please share it if you would be so kind, and like the video and things like that. So yeah, so I'm going to try and stop waffling, and here goes. So yeah, so number one, as I said, I would love to support people across Asia. Probably a bit of a bias of mine because I'm half Asian. So, but yeah, so I think the Asian communities around the world have been going through a few bad things, especially the diaspora, because of discrimination, and in Asia itself, especially like in India itself with COVID. So I would love to support people across Asia as much as possible. Like support them in areas like business, science, excuse me, engineering or maths, or different areas where I could hopefully help their projects. And I'd love to unite Asia together as much as possible. So yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. So that's one of my goals. And maybe also help people across Asia to learn about neurodiverse conditions like autism, or ADHD and dyslexia and things like that, as I've talked about before. Because I think people with conditions like us, like dyslexics, or people with autism or ADHD, can have a lot of skills to contribute to Asia. Excuse me. Number two, I would love to support people from developing countries generally, and also people from colonized countries, and also like-minded people who I'd love to work with like-minded people to see how we can come together, share ideas about how we can excuse me, hopefully help Asia and other places like that, developing countries and colonized countries, as much as possible, including through spreading awareness about things, as I said before, like human rights and disability rights and strengths of neurodiversity or dyslexia or things like that, sharing YouTube videos and things like that about dyslexia and what strengths we have, which we could contribute to countries across Asia and Africa and places like that. And I'd love to see Asia and Africa network together more. And I think that would be, by working together, I think you can achieve a lot more than working individually. Number three, I would love to support libertarians and people who support freedom and human rights and personal choice and things like that. So I'd love to support, as I say, libertarians, freedom supporters. And one of the reasons why I love to support countries across that have been colonized, like across Africa and Asia and Ireland as well. If there was one country I'd support financially in Europe, it would be Ireland. And the reason is because I believe they lost a lot of their liberty when they were colonized. So it's like they lost a lot of their freedom. So I'd love to support them partly for that reason. So also, I think a great way to support people is to like help them to have freedoms and human rights and things like that as much as possible. Excuse me. Number four, I'd love to support like pacifists, peacemakers, people who work towards the greater good of the world and like peace, people who work towards peace and anti-war, anti-violence and things like that. And I'd love to, as I talked before about previously on my channel, is like I'd love to support like reducing how much money governments spend on militarism and wars and weapons trade and things, and try and encourage, like put pressure groups, maybe work together with pressure groups to look at how to come together to lobby for governments to spend more money on providing water and food and shelter things like that, rather than wars or weapons or things like that. So I'd love to support pacifists, excuse me, peacemakers and people like that, as I say, and that sort of thing. Number 5, again, I'd love to work with like-minded people to see how we can make the world a better place, and hopefully support each other to make the world a better place as much as possible. And I'd say like colonized countries, but also developing countries, as I said before, like people from indigenous people from Africa, Australasia, and the Americas, and also Asia, and also supporting Latin Americans, and also Ireland. Again, if there's any place in Europe I'd love to support financially or economically or whatever you call it, it would be Ireland, because they were colonized and they lost a lot of their freedoms and rights and were subjugated to many abuses, if you like. Number 6, as I said before in my previous videos, I would love to support Italian football. It's a bit of a bias of mine. I sometimes joke about being mixed race and like saying I'm mixed up because I support Italian football in spite of being an anti-imperialist, although I know Italian football can be quite imperialistic and racist at times. But I'd love to see, like, in spite of that, I'd still love to see Italian teams do well and like bring back the glory days to Italian football, which has gone downhill a bit recently. So I'd love to see how Italian football can be improved, and like look at how to get sponsors into Italian football, and ideas about how the government could offer tax incentives, and what Italian football can learn from the rest of the world, like other leagues like the Premier League or La Liga. And I'd love to share my ideas as a dyslexic and how I think those creative ideas could help Italian football, and also people with other neurodiverse conditions such as ADHD especially as well, could help Italian football. Number 7, again, I'd love to support Celtic as well, because I think like it's for anti-imperialist reasons. Like Celtic normally have anti-imperialistic views, and given that they're mostly of Irish or originally of Irish descent, but I'd love to see both Italian football and Celtic getting fans as well as sponsors from all around the world, especially from Asia and places like that. Number 8, I would love to work with other people of colour and disadvantaged communities and groups, and people who want to spread positivity, peace, love, and joy and stuff like that, and fight hate or negativity as much as possible. And again, like-minded people, and looking at how we can make the world more positive, excuse me, and overall greater place through our ideas, and like how we can network together and things like that. Number 9. I would love to support writers from the groups I've talked about, writers, poets, and artists from Africa and Asia, especially young artists and poets, and from Ireland as well, and again, like Latin American places like which I've talked about before. As I say, colonized countries or developing countries as much as possible. And number 10, I would love to support, as I say, the poorest 10% of people in all possible countries, also young people, disadvantaged people, homeless people, disabled people, and also like animal rights. I'd love to encourage animal rights in Africa and Asia, and again, all those groups I've talked about supporting what I call the 6 and things like that. Maybe like even encouraging Italian football and Celtic to host events, maybe in the future, like football events, which look at animal rights, human rights, and things like that. So as ever, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to hear your suggestions as ever in the comment section below, and I'm out. Peace and love.